morning.
Good morning.
This is Rise and Radke.
Okay, so
Rise and Radke live from Honduras.
we are coming at you live. Not state. I was gonna say I'm coming at you live stateside, but I can't say that. Am I even in the continental U.S.? Nope, I'm not.
Can you hear us okay? We tried the AirPod yesterday and they worked pretty good.
Either this AirPod doesn't fit my ear or I have a zit in my ear. Can you check either way when we get back up to the room?
Probably not.
Good morning,
Can
everybody.
everybody hear us okay? Can we get a thumbs up?
Yeah, y'all let us know if you can hear us. And I finally made it to a live at 8:15. I have noticed that you have been gone a lot, Lee.
That is true.
Is it because you're just not awake yet? That is no excuse. Good morning, Sarah Timms. Good morning, Debbie Duffy. She says, yes, I can hear you. I cannot believe that these AirPods that David got, I have one in this ear, he has one in the other ear. See, I don't have one here. Are working to cancel out the noise.
They
I
at least
can't believe
reduce it.
it.
You can still hear a little bit.
They seem to hear good. They can hear good.
Where's everybody listening from? I saw Mississippi, Georgia. We always have Texas folk. We're live. If you're not here, we are live from Honduras this morning.
We are coming at you live from Honduras. There's actually some pretty mountains and stuff behind us, but we wanted to be where we could see y'all and that we weren't blinded by the sun. Thank you. It is a beautiful setting. Good morning. Molly says, sending love your way. Tell us where you're from this morning. Hi, Dayton, Texas. We're so glad you're here. Thank you, Lydia, from tuning in from Alabama, and Mary in Arkansas. Oh, I'm so glad that Stacy, Kansas is here. We're going to talk all about everything that we're doing, but first wanted to just say good morning. Joe Duggar is here from Kentucky. Everybody's liking this background. We should have done this on our wall, David.
We should do this every day. Hey, Amarillo and Louisiana and Nebraska are all in the house. Hey, if you haven't already this morning, don't share one time like 3 weeks ago and then say I share. Every morning, share as soon as we hop on to let everybody know. Some people get notifications, some people don't. So right now, share this live Rise and Radke.
Oklahoma's here, Springville, Alabama's here, Humble, Texas. Okay, well, listen, we want to get started and tell you guys kind of what we're doing.
What's up, Ohio?
Some people are tuning in and they're like, wait, I'm confused. Why are David and Melissa in Honduras? And we will tell you about that. But first, let us go back a day and tell you, I'm banging on this table. I can't help it. I talk with my hands. What am I supposed to do about that? I can't change you. I'm going to bang with my hands over there.
But it's not going to hit the table.
David, I've got this.
Japan?
Nuh-uh.
Somebody kind of trumped us.
David, nobody's... What? Christy Kenter from Yokohama, Japan. How do we know that, though? How do we know she is not from Mineral Wells, Texas? Well, and she just wrote that. Hey, I know. Let's everybody write...
We were having a minute. All right. Hopefully
hey, let's everybody write where you're from based off of where you would like to be today. So, like, everybody's like, I'm from Maui. See? It's still going to shake. Anyway, yesterday, as you may have known, when we came on a live yesterday, we missed our flight. I asked you, Facebook. I asked you, please don't tell my mother. Who told her?
And
somebody called her and told her.
Why were we just a few minutes late? Because her mama
Because my mother called me. You know, that is mean. And I'm pretty sure it was my Aunt Melba. But anyway, we honestly, how would you feel if your kids flew across to Honduras and never even called you? She didn't know if we had landed. We didn't call her because we had missed the flight and we were embarrassed and we were sad. I can see her point. I can see her point.
I can absolutely see her point.
I would have killed Remy Hope.
In all fairness, though, I feel like there's been times that we have called when we went out of town somewhere, and she's answered and she said, "Oh," and you say, "Oh, we got here okay." To which she said, "Where did y'all go somewhere? I didn't. Did you go to the grocery store? Where are you at? I don't know."
I'll say, "Hey, Mom, we got here. We arrived. We're in Illinois," and she'll be like, "My Lord, Melissa Page, I didn't even remember y'all were doing that."
Do you remember us dropping the kids off? They're in your house. Do you know that?
All right. So, can you turn them up? There's David's hand. There's David's hand. Okay.
They can still see us. Talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. All right.
Sorry, we stopped it on Yokohama, Japan, and we never caught up again.
Somebody's saying Bora Bora.
Okay, Amy. No, you're not.
No, we don't believe Amy.
No, you're not, Amy. You're not in Bora Bora. Somebody's driving down
Oh,
277
just-
headed to Wichita Falls.
I have driven that road a few times.
They must need something, because why would you just want to go there?
They're beautiful people.
Okay, so anyway, we arrived yesterday, and I'm going to tell y'all about our experience. I need everybody to hold on. And if I need to show you a picture of, if I need to show you a picture of my thighs, I will. Y'all, we pulled up yesterday. We got off of of the plane. We got on this van, and it's not like an American van. It's like a Honduras van. I don't know. They just
don't
look
think-
different here. Yes, it is, David. They look different. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, it does. If you like watch Jack Ryan, those are the kind of vans the people there drive. Okay, anyway, we got in it, and we immediately went to our first home visit. I need y'all to know something. I know that a lot of times I exaggerate and I'm dramatic, but I need y'all to know, stay with me, this is not an exaggeration, okay? I got off and I had to climb the top of a mountain. Not a hill, not a creek, okay? Not a stump. Oh, Melissa, you just thought, guys, this was at one time a creek bed that flowed down a little mountain, and it had dried up and it was full of rocks, and I had to climb it.
And it wasn't fully dry, because that's why I slipped at one point.
David slipped bad. Okay, so I have a bad knee. My right knee is bad. It's been getting injections, like cortisone injections, but I didn't get one before this trip. So I was like, God, listen to me. Listen to me. Stop what you're doing and listen to me. If my knee even turns a little bit, I'm out. And then I got 6 Hondurans that got to carry me down a mountain. Now,
Sorry.
what is that the part that you decided to laugh?
Well, I'm laughing because you said 6 Hondurans are going to carry you down the mountain. I'm laughing because generally it's one Texan carrying you down the mountain. So I was thankful for that help.
I didn't know these people, and they were going to have to carry me down the side of a mountain if my knee went out. So I was just like, God, please, please do not let me be embarrassed. I made it all the way up, and your girl made it all the way down. Clearly, because here I sit. But it was touch and go, and only one person slipped hard and fell back far, and it was David.
Can you tell them why? Would you like to add?
Because you were wearing loafers, maybe? I don't know why.
Because I had forgot to put the pennies in my loafer, and that's bad luck. No, because I was carrying a big. We were carrying supplies up to it, and I was carrying a big heavy bag, so
Okay.
it wasn't that bad.
First of all, you were carrying a bag that a woman had been carrying. Okay, and you said,
How sexist
and
is
you
that?
said, and you said, let me take that for you. I'll carry that. I'll be happy to carry that up this mountain. And she said, see, and she gave it to you. So a woman had been carrying it.
So how sexist that she couldn't carry? There's a lot of women that can carry stuff heavier than I can carry.
Well, I can't. Okay, was it wet? Was it wet? Yes, it was very
yeah, it
wet. It
wasn't
was
like-
extremely slippery. So we were going to go on the side where it was just all mud, and I reached over to grab a tree to kind of hold on to a tree to help me go up. That all the trees were covered in. So then they were like, no, don't go up on the side of the creek bed. Go up in the creek bed, which is rock. And I'm like, oh, so this is better. So today, I said all that to say this. Yesterday, my thighs looked exactly like my thighs always look. Y'all know. Today, they look just like J-Lo's. Here's the thing. I feel like you can make jokes and it's funny, but when you just do it subtly out of your eyes, it hurts. It's like, it hurts me. So anyway, I had to go to the bathroom this morning and it hurt because I am so sore. So what are we doing in Honduras? Here is what what is this? What are you doing here, baby?
I had pulled some of those up if you wanted.
So let me just kind of let you guys know.
We got to in case somebody is watching for
I
the
got
first
this.
time.
I got this. So here's the thing. David and I are on a trip with the ministry Compassion International. We've never done anything like this before. As I've told you guys, I've never been out of the country except I went to Canada once, and then I went to Cozumel on a cruise. But I've never been to like a third world country. Is this considered a third world country? Can I ask that question? Is Honduras considered a third world? And what makes a
I don't
country
know.
third
Yeah.
world?
We
Are
need
we
to find
first
out- We need to
world?
find out that.
What's second world?
I don't know. That is strange. You hear first world, which I know we're first world, and I don't know if there's a second world. You hear first world and third world.
Maybe it was, I don't know. Okay, anyway, They asked us to come on a vision trip. This is not a mission trip in that we are not digging water wells or helping them build homes or schools or anything like that. This is more vision to see what it is that this organization does.
After they saw us walk up a creek the side of a mountain, they probably won't ask us to do any of those things.
Oh, no. We can't go on the mission trips that they've asked us to go to.
We can
We're
barely
busy.
we're busy.
We are here with some really wonderful people who make it all worthwhile. We're here with, of course, our head chiefs like Mary Snyder and Karen and what's his name?
Oh, Brian Say.
Brian
Big
Say.
Dog came out.
The big dog came out. I don't remember his last name, but
Say.
he's right there running on a treadmill right inside that room right there. Anyway, but also our friends Jamie Golden and Knox McCoy from the Popcast, which is an incredibly funny podcast that you need to listen to. Check that out. And of course, my friend Annie Downs. Met a new friend, Channing Nash. Lots of new people that are here, Aaron Moon, and it's going well. But I could leave today, honestly, and go, yeah, I see now what they're doing. Because when you meet someone firsthand who has been a recipient of what it is Compassion does, then you go, yeah, that was worth it. So yesterday we literally climbed up a mountain. I kid you not. You can't even imagine how painful it is to use the bathroom today. Hiked up it, got up to I've got to tell you the story, it's crazy. I got up to what would have been their home. It was a home visit. We went up to their home, and it was just a piece of cement, okay, in this mountain. And I don't know what the size of it was. Probably the size of most of y'all's restroom. And that was their home. And something bit me on the ankle, and I don't know what it was, like a mosquito or something, I don't know, but I know that as we were standing outside their little hut talking, I reached down to scratch my ankle, and when I did, I leaned up against the wall of their home and literally caught myself, and I was embarrassed. I was afraid somebody saw me. I fell through. It wasn't walls, it was just tarps. It's just tarps that cover their home. The woman's name, I won't give you her name, not that you would know her, but I won't give you her name, but she had two small boys. And the first one, his name was Angel, and he was 5 months old, and he was as fat as a little bitty fat lamb. He was wonderful. He never made a peep, and he let me hold him. And he was as beautiful and as wonderful as a big fat 5-month-old baby should be. And the other one was Jordan, and I brought him a ball, and he was 3 years old, and he just wanted to play with that ball, that pelote. I said it the entire time. It was wonderful. But this is kind of what killed me. They are known as an invasion. That's what their home is called, the invasion, because it's a bunch of government land.
That side of the
mountain. It's called, these people that live there are called the invasion because the government owns the land, but the government doesn't want it because it's terrible, because it could literally go in a mudslide at any time.
There's seasons they get a lot of rain. We're not in that season right now, but there's a season they get a lot of rain. And so even like the cement slab they were on, it had been years ago, but then the people realized we can't stay here because of that. And
so there's just piles of trash that run beside their home. And so the government just doesn't want it. It's just land that they own but don't care about. And so these people, they can invade. Okay, that's what they call it, the invasion. They can invade these spaces and set up their homes or their little huts or tents or whatever. And I've never seen anything like that because, I'm a white middle-class woman from Texas, and I want to feel like ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm a little bit ashamed that I haven't seen it sooner, that I didn't know. I say all the time that I'm an advocate, that I want fairness for everybody and justice for everybody. And then I go and look at this and I'm like, oh, so I just mean I want fairness and justice for just those kind of that are in my circle that I can envision. That's essentially what I want. So some of you last night had been watching my Instagram stories and you were leaving me messages on Facebook or whatever, and you were saying, hey, don't condemn yourself. It's not bad that you never knew these things. No, it's not bad. I'm not angry with myself. I'm just a little bit stupefied that it took me this long. But it was shocking because she can't go anywhere. She's a 3-year-old and a 5-month-old. Is she supposed to scale down that mountain with them? She can't. So I asked her, with the help of a translator, what is it that compassion has done for her? And she held that baby up and she said, look at this, look at Angel. Look at how fat and happy he is, because all of my medicine comes from them. Everything that he needs comes from them. I get wipes from them and diapers from them. I get cough medicine. I get pain medicine. I get, when he has fever, I get medicine. It's all for him. Every bit of it. These boys are healthy today because of them. If I got in a plane and I went home today, and the only thing that I knew about compassion was that children who are part of the invasion get medicine and get care, health care, I could go home. But they don't. They get more than that. They literally, every time you sponsor a child, that is what you get. Someone has sponsored him, and now he gets health care, and now he gets medicine, and now he gets food, and now he gets an education. I mean, so for those of you who are like, okay, I heard about the sponsoring, I'm not sure what it does. I'm telling you, I've got 2 or 3 more days of this. I could go home now. That was enough for me.
And the mother also, they told us about the classes that she goes through in how to care for the baby. So not only the baby, but also her other son and their family can live healthier and eat healthier. And
they literally bring these women down from this mountain. They go and get them and they bring them down. And when they bring the women down and the mothers down, women from Compassion come and they take the babies and they love on the babies. And while they're doing that, the mothers are trained in how to care for the babies. Mothers are trained on how to massage the babies to stimulate growth, what to do with them if they got a hacking cough, what to do if they start throwing up. They're trained. Why do they need to be trained? Because this mother is 17 years old. She is 17. Your 17-year-old is driving around in a car. This one's trying to scale down a mountain. And
if I'm not mistaken, this young mother that we got to meet yesterday, her mother lives in Honduras, but if I'm not mistaken, it's a 4-hour drive. Like if we wanted to go today to go that way, it'd be a 4-hour drive. So I'm assuming there's a possibility she might not see her mother again. I mean, because that's literally, it's just insurmountable as far as not having transportation to get there and those kind of things. So she doesn't have anyone but those women in that project that Compassion is partnered with.
I'll tell you this though, here's one of the things that I was probably the most taken with yesterday, and that was as they were describing the father of these 2 children who was standing there. His name was Jonathan, and he was a doll. He was a very sweet young guy. I was taken with, they were talking about how Jonathan is out of work. He can't find work. And I mean, it's just such a cycle. It's just such a cycle of poverty where their fathers couldn't find work and their fathers left the family or whatever. And so it's just this cycle, right? And he's standing there, and as he's talking, and the translator is translating his story, I couldn't help but be taken by the fact that it would be so demeaning in America. A man would never in America want you to know that he was out of work and that he could not support his wife and 2 boys. A man from America would never want you to just come up to his home and see that it was built with mattresses that they just found somewhere and tarps for walls. They would never want you to. That would be a gut punch in America, because men have so much pride in America. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a wonderful thing. But it must be so dehumanizing. It must be so dehumanizing is how I felt. And in that moment, I wanted to say, everybody stop talking about their story. Stop. I don't want to dehumanize them in any way. I don't want them to feel less. But it is a part of who they are, and we can't just be blind to it. He's still there, though. He's still man enough to go home every day. He hasn't left the family. I was so proud of him. And he just stood there and let us talk about that. And he was very open. And before we had come, she had, like, in the only way she knew how, I don't even know how she did it, she had swept her little home. She had swept it for us. I mean, it was just, it was perfect. It was beautiful. They were so kind and receiving and so welcoming. And when at the very end, then they said at the very end, does anybody want to pray? Oh, somebody asked us, by the way, if we went with our church on this. No, we're
here with the relief organization Compassion International.
No, it is not church related at all.
And it's another thing that Compassion does in partnering with the local people in the community. They don't just come in and kind of take over. They partner with works that are going on in those communities. But another thing that they do is education. And so they're teaching and trying to help break that cycle of poverty by educating them in what they can do and how they can do it and all those kind of things.
Somebody just said, what can we do to help? I have something else I want to tell you guys that's actually kind of funny, but here's what you can do. It's really simple. You go to compassion.com/Melissa Radke. Compassion.com/Melissa Radke. When you do that, all of the children that are still available to be sponsored will come up. Choose one. Choose a child on how cute they are. I don't care. Choose a child on how they're wearing a Spider-Man shirt and you like I don't care what is the reason. Put in your child's birthday, and if one pops up that is the same, born at the same time as your child, make that connection. I don't care for what way that you choose.
I had a friend of ours the other day that she had lost a child. She had twins, and one of the childs passed away, and she selected a child on the day that her child passed away.
See, there's so many wonderful connections that you can make, but you need to know, I'm telling you firsthand, it is not going to waste. It is not going to waste, my friend. Whatever you put towards these children is not going to waste. And I don't care if y'all say, I can't believe they're going to talk about this every day this week. Oh, you better believe it, Betty. We're going to talk about it every single day that we're here, because this is not being put to waste. I saw it firsthand what they're doing, and I can't get over it. Are you tapping me because I need to calm down?
No. We, every morning we, for the most part, it's just kind of silly and, frivolous, and, maybe Melissa, says something impactful. I can't really pull myself to do that. I guess I'm not very impactful. But these next couple of days, we're absolutely going to focus on that. And I hope that the numbers that triple and quadruple of people that are watching, just to get this message out, because it is so important, the work that Compassion is doing. And a couple of things about Compassion is there's great organizations around the world. One of the really cool things Compassion does, which is very different, is that they connect you individually with a child. And so that's why Melissa was talking about.
We can write letters too.
So you write letters, and so that is also something that they have seen very impactful. So it's not just somebody gives money and it goes to help these people, but they're actually seeing the communication back and forth, or there's gifts at birthday if you want to do that, those kind of things. So it's a real connection. In a 15-mile radius where we're staying in a hotel, and we have to drive out to the communities that we visit. In a 15-mile radius of the hotel we're staying in, there are 450 kids that need a sponsor.
Living in poverty.
I believe in Honduras as a whole, there are 2,000 kids that need a sponsor. And let me tell you this: we have 15,000 or something that watch Rise and Radke every morning, and every single person can do something. It's $38 a month. Melissa and I were sitting with the kids the other night, and most meals we all get something to drink, and everybody knows every place you're at, it's easily $2.50 a drink. So the four of us spend $10 a meal getting drinks. And so we said right then, if one meal a week, not even every meal,
one meal a week, we just all order water.
We get water. That's one child. So could we do it 2 times? I mean, there's just so many ways for you to think of how that $38 can literally
Yeah, he said, Rocco, will you give up Dr. Pepper 1 meal a week? Just 1 meal a week. Rocco was like, yes. Remy, will you give up root beer 1 meal a week? Yes. Melissa, will you give up a Diet Coke 1 meal? Yes. There you go. That's a child right there. I mean, it's just crazy. Somebody just made a point. They said, Jennifer said, of course these problems are in the world, but they're also in the United States. First of all, please know that we know this. Please know that we know this. As somebody who is on social media, we don't make we don't make some of our more personal business known, okay? This we wanted to make known to you. But I assure you, with all the honesty I have in my heart, we give openly to another ministry organization that maybe one day I will share about, but they do so very much stateside. They will go out of the country if necessary, if there's a tsunami or whatever, but it is handled stateside. So I assure you, we are over here today doing this out of the country, but our love and our money and some of our giving has gone very, very, very much monthly into stateside. I assure you of that. But I want to leave you guys with a quote. I said I wasn't going to do quotes this week because I'm too busy, but I've got a quote and I'm going to leave you with it. And every day it's going to have something to do with what we're doing and where we are right now. So for somebody who says, oh no, I'm all about justice for everybody, fairness for everybody. I read this quote from Nelson Mandela, and this is what he says. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. Overcoming poverty is not, oh, I'll just pour them, I'll just have, let's do charity work. Let's do charity work. It is not, overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is an act of justice. That's what it is. It's fairness for everybody. It's justice for them. When they can't fight for themselves, I will help you fight. And that is exactly what it is. So if Melissa Radke says that she is a person of justice, then I would like to act accordingly. So that is my quote today. Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. There's my gesture. Hope it works well for you. It is actually an act of justice. And so remember that today. I love you guys. For those of you who have sponsored a child already, I want to tell you, send us your names. Send us your names in the name of your child. Email me right now, melissa@melissaradke.com, because I'm going to the centers today to love on your kids, and I want pictures, and I want to be able to say, hey, Carol, it's me and Esteban. Hey, Carol, it's me and Sylvia, or whatever.
Hey,
I want to be able to. So send us your name and your child's name.
Email melissa@melissaradke.com. Also, we did not mention today what Compassion is doing on this trip. Every person that sponsors a child, we are also going to send a free autographed copy of Eat Cake, Be Brave.
And I'm going to sign it.
The paperback version is actually coming out in just a couple of weeks. So Compassion is doing that simply as a thank you to you guys. So email melissa@melissaradke.com so we can get your child's name. If we could see them, take a picture and send that to you, as well as the books. And share Ryzen Radke and compassion.com/Melissa Radke for all the information, and even read what a great organization Compassion is, and how they're certified and highly ranked, and like Charity Navigator, those type of things.
Hey, we've kept y'all too long. Tomorrow when we get on here, start with this. Start by asking us, what was the story about Melissa praying? David made me pray, and I can't pray when there's a translator translate, and I get completely thrown off. So ask us about it tomorrow. Okay, we love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Please, please, please be a person of justice, not a charity, not just a person of charity, but a person of justice. And let's act on their behalf when they can't. I love you, and I can't wait to tell you about tomorrow at Ryzen Radke. Bye.
See you guys.